All right, let's do some simplifying of rational expressions. So let's take a look at the first example that we have over here. So getting my pen to work here, we have 15x squared plus 5x all divided by 5x. So we got to look to see simplifying this numerator here. Well, what can we factor out of everything? Well, we're going to be able to factor out a 5x. Put it over here. So I'm able to factor out a 5x, and then I'm left with 3x and plus 1. All that's going to be divided by the 5x that was already in the denominator. So when simplifying, I've got to make sure that get rid of all common factors that are in both the numerator and denominator. So I get rid of the 5x. Now I'm just left with 3x plus 1. I want to try to also write down what is it that x cannot equal. So if I put a 0 in here for the denominator, for the x value, I'm going to end up with a 0 in the denominator. We can't divide anything by 0, so therefore we have 3x plus 1 is what it's simplified to. However, x cannot equal 0. So let's take a look over here at this example. Again, very similar. All I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out, again, in this case, a 2x. Then I'm left with, if we divide this by 2x, I'm going to get 5x. And then plus 1. Close my parentheses. I'm going to divide everything by 2x. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and I have to get rid of common factors. So my 2x is gone, this 2x is gone. And then when I'm done here, I'm left with 5x plus 1, and again, x cannot be 0. Alright, so let's scroll down and try a couple other examples here. These are a little more complex. If I go through with this one, I was still got to go through and do all the factoring. So I look at the denominator here. There's no common factor I can take out, so I'm going to go through. We're going to factor this. First terms in each are x. This positive sign tells me that the signs are the same. This negative sign tells me that they're both negative. I need factors of 18. When added together, will give me 9. So that's a 3 and a 6. Now, I look to see what do we have in common. Well, now I've got an x minus 3, and I've got this x minus 3, so those are gone. Now I have, when I simplify, 1 divided by x minus 6. However, again, got to go through and say what x does not equal. So x will not equal, and I got to go back to the original. It cannot equal 3. It cannot equal 6. Because if I substitute a 3 into here, I'm going to get 0. If I substitute a 6 in here, I'm going to get 0. And it has to go back to what my original denominator was. So then if we look at this one over here, again, do I have anything I can take out of every single one? No. There's nothing that can divide into an x squared, a 9x, and a 20. So first terms in each are both x. This tells me the signs are the same. This tells me they're both positive. Factors of 20 that add to give me 9. So I got to go through all the possibilities. No, it's not 1 and 20. No, it's not 2 and 10. It's going to be a 4 and a 5. What do I have in common that we can get rid of? Well, we've got x plus 5s again in this case, just like the example over here where I had my x minus 3s. Now I'm left with, at the end, 1 in the numerator, x plus 4 in the denominator, and then we got to go through and say what x cannot equal. Alright, so what can x not equal this time? So looking here, what value will I put in here that would make this 0? If I had a negative 4 as my x value, I'd have negative 4 plus 4, which is 0. And then I look at this one. What value of x would make your denominator 0 here? It's going to be a negative 5.